topic. That's a whole nother topic by itself. Gender roles is a whole nother topic, and I say that because it could get broken down so many different ways. And what one person believes, somebody else might not believe, and then it just goes haywire. But like you said before, naturally, the things that don't work out naturally between y'all. So yes, if you're in a relationship with someone and you're starting and it's brand new and you're starting to discuss certain things, and when you start discussing those certain things, it gets a little bit rocky because they believe one thing over the other. Yeah, then you might want to sit there and think that one through a little bit, because it can get into like a little battle, and it shouldn't be. It should be just a natural conversation. Welcome in. How are you, Dr. Sanderson? That's what it is. Sorry about that. I'm pretty good.
Good. I kind of just wanted to add, like me personally, I've been married since 1996, so I'm thinking this year makes 27 years.
Okay.
But one thing I have kind of learned, and just watching, like I have a son that's 26, and the thing that I instilled in him is that, when you start a new relationship, give it a little time at the beginning, but kind of, ask, what their goals are.
Right.
To kind of see where they're headed, because a lot of times, you'll have, male and female, they'll get involved with someone because they may see how much money you make, or may see how much you drive, but don't have no ambitions for themselves.
Right.
So, and and I kind of see that, and I hope neither one of them are watching, because I'm gonna say what I got to say.
Right.
But I kind of see that in the person that he's dealing with, because I think he was more caught up with the sex part of it, and I get it, when you're young,
right?
I get, and I get it, but I kind of lived and learned, so I try to instill in them the things that I wish I'd have learned back then.
Right.
But yeah, I say definitely, see where a person goals are. What ambitions do they have in life? To kind of see if y'all goals even match.
Right.
Check their credit score. That's a real important thing, because you don't want to give nobody, and you have ambitions of wanting things in life.
Right.
But you have somebody that's kind of really more dragging you down. Versus then, pushing you, whether it be male or female.
Right.
It goes both ways. But I say definitely, in the learning stages, if you have any red flags to see, okay, because as well as I know, when you first meet somebody, the first few times, you're going to meet their representative.
Right. Absolutely.
You're not going to meet the real person.
Right.
But the real person comes out once you move your butt in with it. So you're going to see some stuff versus, when you were just, visiting them for a few here and there.
Right.
To where you just probably have to deal with them an hour or two and go home. Versus, now it's 24/7. But just see if a person has the same ambitions and same goals. Well, you just have goals for themselves. Maybe not the same ambitions and goals that you have, but just have some ambitions and drive to want something in life.
Right.
Because it could come to bite you, further down the line, and you'll be kicking yourself in the butt 20 years later.
Right. Absolutely.
10 years later. But take that time. You may find a woman, that's beautiful and, man, giving you everything you want, you think you need. It ain't worth a damn. Versus a woman can find a man, think he's all that. It ain't worth a damn, and you come to find out, well, damn, I done wasted all this damn time behind somebody that didn't want nothing and definitely didn't want me.
Right.
So take your time and just make a smart decision. Don't rush into that. Don't let nobody make you feel less than you are, because a lot of times when people know how you really feel about them, they'll use that to their advantage.
Right, they play off of it. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen that so many times. Yeah.
Exactly. So they know you won't necessarily walk away.
Right.
Or, they can do certain things to you and know that there's nothing that you're going to do about it. So just don't fall for that trap. Just know your self-worth and know that you're meant to be loved as well, and that the feelings are supposed to be mutual, not one-sided.
One-sided.
And you can tell. You know, a lot of people, you know, you'll know, you'll see the red flags. But a lot of people don't want to believe what they see versus they just want to believe how they feel.
Right.
Or want to believe what they think that you are. Sometimes a person tells you exactly who they are.
Right. You just don't want to believe it. Some people just don't want to believe it. Yeah. So
some people just don't. And hell, I can speak on situations, you know, that myself. But I mean, I've been there.
Right.
I've been there. I'm a man. You know, I'm pretty sure all of us have situations to, well, okay, I wish we would have went this direction or that direction. But when we have kids, you try to give them the game.
Right.
Now sometimes they don't take it. You know, they still want to touch that hot stove.
Right.
You told them it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
But life is the best teacher.
Absolutely.
Life is the best teacher.
Somebody said do a background check. I think that's important, but like he was saying, like doing like credit checks and so on, not credit, but yeah, he did. He said do a credit check and stuff like that. I think that's more towards when you're about to move in. I think that's important, you know, because then you kind of know what you're getting yourself into before even making that step. And then Milton said, truly get to know them, leaving no stones unturned. And that's true too. Because you're just sitting there looking at, you know, not just the outside, but the inner side. And then Lita said, which is important too, wait, I passed it and then I went back. Hold on one second. She said something about getting to know them for the season. Oh, there it goes. Knowing an individual throughout the seasons. And that's very important. I was watching some show the other day on one of these streaming channels. I was watching it, and when I was looking at it, they were saying, yeah, you have to be able to know how that person handles death, how that person handles losing a job, how that person handles you know, a brand new kid. Like you have to get to know them through those different seasons. You can do that together. You don't have to do that separately. You can do that together. That's the only way you're going to get to know your partner the best, but it's going to take time for that. So it's not something that's going to be handled, you know, taken care of immediately. How long have you been married? He said he's been married for 26 years.
Yeah,
27, excuse me. Yeah, going on 27.
And one more thing I wanted to, a lot of people don't take marriage seriously. Well, as far as the for better or for worse part. I'm gonna tell you a story about what happened to me back in 2021 in July.
Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Just because this comment hits really heavy. They said this day and time, some people lie so good it's believable. That's so true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, social media is definitely a big thing that helps out with that. Like everything looks good, but it's not what it seems. You know, people be sitting there flossing like they got houses and cars and, you know, money galore, and they taking trips and ain't left nowhere, working part-time at the McDonald's and can't even get a full-time job because of their history. So yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right with that. But okay, I'm sorry. Go with your story that you're gonna say.
No problem. Well, back in July of 21, I was at work doing my job. I was driving the garbage truck. You know, that's what I was doing at the time. And a guy decided to take his own life, and he hit me head on at 80 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see him coming. I remember someone coming to the truck, just listening to him, you know, asking me, was I okay? And at the time, I didn't know what happened.
Right.
And the next voice I heard, it said, Jamal, it's not your time. And I knew that was God.
Right.
And I don't remember being pulled out the truck. I don't remember riding no ambulance. I remember waking up in a hospital room. But I say it to say this, what I said back earlier, you know, and for better or for worse. With my wife, we didn't have our ups and downs.
Right.
But at that hospital, I was in the hospital almost 3 months. My foot was crushed. My femur bone was broke. Had broken ribs, you know, broken finger. I was messed up.
Right.
But I can say my wife stayed at that hospital with me every single night.
Right.
For those 2 months. And even when I got home, I couldn't walk. I was wheelchair bound. I had to learn to walk again.
Right.
So it was things that I couldn't do, for myself. I couldn't, I'm gonna say it, I couldn't wipe my own butt.
Right.
But she did it for me. So, and that's another thing. It's so careful to know who you choose. Like I say, you will know how a person is, but you just have to be willing to accept what you see.
Right.
Because a person can't wait to tell you how they feel about it. They're gonna tell you.
Absolutely.
And it's not necessarily gonna be with words.
Right.
So you'll know. But I say this to say, for anything for better is all good, man. People gonna party with you, but when you in those dark times, those bad times,
right,
that's when you know that you have a true partner. And that's someone that you want to hold on to.
Right.
Because if you seen Tyler Perry movie, you seen that woman came back after her husband left her. But she stuck with her vows and took care of it, man.
Right.
No matter how she dogged them out. But most people these days will tell you, shit, I didn't sign up for that.
Right. They be out.
And I just seen that happen to other people, family members get sick and they spouse like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
And gone.
Yeah.
Left you. And I pray nothing happens to anyone, out there. But I just say it to say, be careful on the partner, that you choose. Don't just rush into anything.
Right.
Don't just think that you have to accept this person because you've been looking for somebody for so long and you finally got somebody. Just be careful. Trust me, when the timing is right, the right person gonna fall right into place and it's gonna be the perfect time.
Absolutely. I appreciate you for coming in and telling me your side of the story and what you've been through. And that is a perfect testimony for, the episode 1, as far as getting to know your partner. Like I said, that was the topic for tonight. And that's definitely appreciated because you gave some feedback that, to make people open their eyes pretty much, especially when it comes to relationships.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to be loved. Shit, I want to be loved. Everybody wants to be loved, but at the same time, you just can't rush into it. You just can't rush into it. So yeah, it's definitely important. Definitely important to try to stick with the person that you mean. Okay, a woman will stick with the man through it all, but with the man will not. There's men that will, and there's men that won't, and then there's women that will, and there's women that won't. So it really just depends, and that's what he was explaining. Like, you get to know that person when you're starting to, when you're dating them and it's one-on-one, then you get to know, like, oh, that person's gonna stick around, but you have to kind of get to that point where it actually happens, before you can sit there and say, yeah, nah, they're not the one. So, but yeah, I definitely appreciate you swinging through. We're going to be live every Saturday at 6 p.m. It's going to be for 1 hour, 6 to 7. So you're more than welcome to come back at any time, and make sure you keep on watching and give us some comments, some feedback. We appreciate you.
Well, definitely. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
You guys have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Flight Risk said, a woman told me sickness and in health. She also said indefinitely. So when you say no, so what? A woman told me sickness and in health. She also said indefinitely. So I'm not sure exactly what she's trying to say, but yeah. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to say with your statement. You said a woman said that when sickness is out, right? So when you get married, like in sickness and health, and then you said indefinitely, and then you say no. Why would you say no? I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, I do appreciate the doctor coming in, Dr. Sanderson. That was dope. Yeah, indefinitely. She said even if they cheat. Oh, well, that's a personal decision. That's something that needs to be discussed between those two partners. So if the understanding is with one partner to the other, as far as cheating, like if one person says, hey, I'm cool. I'm not cool, but they say like, okay, yeah, you did your thing, but don't do it no more. Then that's the decision between the two people. It can't be outside people feeding into it. And that's what happens a lot, especially with relationships. If, you know, a friend wants to talk to another friend and tell them, and they'd be like, oh, girl, you shouldn't. Or a guy talks to his guy friend and the guy be like, oh, I would never. And then, you know, they're trying to make a decision off of somebody else, but they don't know exactly what's going on in that household. So, yeah. Yeah, she said, I'm talking layman's terms. Yeah, but yeah, indefinitely is indefinitely, but you have to have that discussion, you know, with your partner. So, like I said, you never know what somebody's willing to do unless it's discussed. So if it's out there and it's talked about and it's okay, then fine. And if it's forbidden, then there has to be another discussion, another conversation. So no, I kept trying to go back. I think you said infidelity. And I was starting to say indefinitely. That's why he was like, no, that's how I kept going back and trying to look at it. But yeah, infidelity. That's just said, oh, and she's talking about cheating. Got it. I got you. That's why I brought it back. But yeah, it's all about those people in the relationship and what they communicate about, and you know, if they talk about cheating or like that shouldn't be a discussion that you should have right away, because there should be nobody cheating, especially if you're just starting a date. But if it's something that happens and it takes place, then you know that should be something that is discussed. There's people that will walk out, and then there's people that will stay. So just, you know, to each their own on that one. But y'all had some really good points today. I really appreciate y'all chiming in and giving feedback. I like it. I like it a lot. Next week we will be talking about. I'm gonna have a topic posted after this show. I'll have it posted on here what we're gonna be talking next week, and hopefully we'll have our whole panel here so they can actually put their feedback in too. So we have been talking about it for a couple of weeks. So I thought everybody was ready today. Not everybody showed up, but it's okay. We still had a good run. It's 6:43. I'm not jumping off quite yet because I do want to keep it right at an hour. But yeah, like I said, I do appreciate you guys swinging through, and the people that have been watching from YouTube and from Twitter and from Facebook, I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. We will be back every Saturday at 6 p.m. There will be some Saturdays I'll have to skip like one or two because I'll be doing other events. But y'all gonna rock with me. I'm gonna rock with y'all. I'll make sure yes, not at all. I'm definitely gonna make sure I keep you guys posted, and I'll post in my story like what the next topic is gonna be, and then people can choose to tune in, or they can wait until the next topic. Either which way, I'm definitely gonna post it about it. Our relationship handle cheating better than relationships. Yeah. If you're talking about like old school, yeah, back in the day, like that was a thing, you know. Not saying that it was acceptable, but definitely way back, like my grandparents and great grandparents, it was like, you know, you knew down the street was Susie Q, and Susie Q had like 3 kids from grandpa, and you know, from great grandpa or whatever, and those were your siblings, your cousins, and all, you know, everybody was related to somebody, but everybody was kind of doing their own thing back then, and they still doing they do their things right now, but when they're doing it now, they're doing it on a whole nother level. So, and it's not really a good thing, because it ends up being a fallout or a disagreement, or you know, somebody can't handle it and they take it too far. So yeah, things be happening. But back in the day, it was a little bit more discussed, and it was like, okay, don't do that again. I don't want to see you down there with so and so. But you know, grandpa gonna do what grandpa gonna do, and grandma did her thing too. So cheating is not the end for all. Okay, that's true, but the reason why is important to know. Oh, okay. So for you, it's important to know why they cheated. And we have a whole topic about cheating coming up. That's going to be like three episodes in. Cheating is going to be one of the topics, but we'll definitely discuss that too during that time frame. But yeah, so like I said, that's why I was just explaining. Sometimes people were like, okay, that's cool. Not cool like they accept it, but like, okay, I'm not mad. I'm pissed, maybe furious, but we need to talk about this. And we need to make sure that, you know, that we have an understanding why, you know, you did what you did, and that you're not going to do it again, because nobody wants to keep going through that same cycle. So, you know, you're like, okay, I heard what you said, and I let that go, but you're not going to do this again next week and the week after and the week after. So yeah, you know, like a one-time thing, maybe once every couple of years, whatever. But but yeah, without that, just do it on a regular basis. Yeah, that's. I mean, you might as well just be with somebody else. I mean, you know, out of that relationship, you know, because at a certain point in time, it's like, okay, it's just too much. But yeah, so like I said, we have a whole nother a whole nother episode. We're gonna talk about just cheating alone. So that's gonna be a good thing. Cheating and then threesomes and foursomes, all that stuff. All those sums are gonna be coming up. So everything's gonna be talked about in the very near future. Like I stated, I will be putting the next topic up for next week after the show. Oh, I cannot with you. It's not an end all, but I'm gonna get my lick back. I got you. Tit for tat. Yeah, it is. It is, but I mean, human nature. It happens. It happens. So, like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, no problem. It's a little bit before 7, but guess what, you guys? I want to go and edit, so I'm going to end this live. I appreciate you all for coming through, showing up, and showing love. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. I will see you guys next Saturday. I'm going to post the next topic really soon, and then I have to go through and make sure I put my credits on here. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all, and thank you guys for sliding through. Have a good evening, and I'm gonna play this commercial one more time, but I'm gonna end it over here. Okay, talk to y'all later.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Just like that, boss, let me start out, y'all. Peace.
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights.
I feel like now more about that code as well.
Going through the course, especially at the beginning stages, what was your experience like?
It was good. It pushed me.
In what way?
It pushed me.
Such a beautiful woman. Giving you the best of me. Come on. Hey, come on. Amazing. Hey, amazing. What's up, y'all? Hey, come on. How are you close to me? How are you close to me? Amazing. Amazing. Giving you the best of me. Say, good morning. Here's breakfast. Hey, lost track of time. No, we have all. Let's get moving. And we're not too bad. Tonight, we're gonna sing and pray. Let me all say, come on, say. It's the first one. All right now, come on. Let's even go all out and pray. Such a beautiful woman. Hey. Oh, say, give you the best of me. You're so amazing. Come on, what's up, brother? Say, how are you close to me? How are you close to me? Amazing. Giving you the best of me. Come on, giving you the best of me. Giving you the best of me.
The thing is, we cannot beat ourselves up for things that were out of our control. Number 3, you are loved. People can tell you all day long that they love you, but their actions don't show it. That means nothing. And we have to stop being that person who's willing to give more love to others than we give to ourselves. Just like filling our cup starts with us. We can't pour anything we don't have. We cannot love anyone if we don't love ourselves. And so it starts with you. We have to show ourselves love, give ourselves grace. And then from there, that's when we're able to give love and grace to others. Number 4, your happiness matters. So we live in a world thinking that our opinions, our views don't matter, that being happy